In today's video, I'm going to share with you how to set up your theme styles inside of the Bricks Builder on WordPress. This is a part of my 5-part series all about the Bricks Builder, and this video is going to save you guys so much time if you are that designer who's going into your website, changing the font sizing, the typography, the colors, the buttons. Every time you make a change or add something new, you're wasting so much time, and I'm going to share with you guys how Bricks is so powerful because you can set it up once, and once you hand it off to your clients or once you add anything to the site, it is going to maintain that style and have consistency across everything. By the end of this video, you'll understand how to set up your theme styles, you'll get an inside look at the Bricks Builder on WordPress, and you'll also understand where to find those specific tools to help you in your process. Now, before I share my screen, I just want to explain to you what exactly theme styles are. They are your global design rules. So you can think of this as setting the stage for your website. And this is like the first thing that I would do when you are developing your client's site. I have the process of designing on Figma and then developing it on WordPress using a builder like this or whatever platform we decide to use. So I already have an idea of the colors, the fonts, everything that we've already decided on in the branding phase. I like that process. It just keeps things really streamlined for me. But just make sure that you know the colors and fonts you want to work with in the website before you get to this step and before you actually develop the site. So you can think of the theme styles as allowing you to set up your site styles by default instead of having to change it for every single page. Okay, so I'm going to be sharing with you guys my client's site here. We are just about ready to launch, but we had to set up these theme styles at the beginning. To do that, I am actually going to click into Edit with Bricks here, and definitely go back to my first video where I share with you the basics of Bricks and kind of the things to know about it, what it looks like on the back end. But we already have Bricks installed, so what we're going to do is click into Edit with Bricks, and you'll see up here Manage with that little gear icon, and we have our theme styles right inside of here. So inside of the theme styles, we'll see that we have some conditions set up. We also have some general settings like the width of videos, height of videos, and site layout is wide. We can set a background color for the whole site if that's what you want to do. You can also set a background image. So everything that you want across the entire website can be set up inside of here. This is an important area because this is your colors. So if you are a designer, you probably know how important it is for that consistency across the site. And I like to set up the primary color, secondary color, light, dark, muted, borders, anything like that can be set up right inside of here. And this is actually an important thing to keep in mind too, if you are doing the branding for your clients, to think about primary and secondary colors instead of just sending them a color palette and not defining which colors are primary and secondary. It'll just give you a second step of having to contact the client and making sure that they agree with that primary color. So I like to make sure that I'm getting that all approved in the branding. Now we also have our link setting here, so we can set the different typography. If we hyperlink things and we want that to look a little bit different, then we could set that up inside of here. We can also set up any contextual spacing, which is really nice. And I actually am sharing with you guys inside of my Patreon how to do more specific things like CSS classes and setting up more spacing that will work across the website without having to always rely on your theme style. So if you guys want to see that video, definitely be sure to check out my Patreon. I always give my YouTube subscribers a little bit of a discount, so it'll be in the description. You can also set up your contextual spacing in here, which is like the top margin of elements, and it keeps things pretty organized. So I can actually show you guys an example if I just had that here. The nice thing about Bricks too is they actually have some variables already inside of here for you. So these are different screen sizes, responsiveness for sizing. So I love that it comes with those options, so you don't have to go Google what the code is for those variables or what the terms are for it. I actually tend to use that kind of a lot, especially for the typography, which I will show you in a minute. If you want margins on all of your content, you're more than welcome to do that here as well. So as you can see, it's adjusting it here, and the margin's actually going to show up right up here. So that will be the margin for the entire page for the top and bottom areas. Typography. So this is where I always like to make sure I'm setting this for the whole site. And this might be a little bit different than typical WordPress sites, because usually you can either go into the theme customizer, set it up there. I know in the past I've even used some custom CSS to set up all my typography, but you can really easily do this inside of the Bricks Builder by setting up margins. You can set up all of those spacing items up here, but this is where I will add the fonts that I've uploaded inside of the Bricks Builder, which I'll also show you guys that in this video. But yeah, inside of here, I was able to, you can see all these Google fonts, Adobe fonts, any of the custom fonts that I've added will show up inside of here. And that's where I set it up across the entire website. So if we just look here at the paragraph font, if I were to change it, it will change it across the entire website. So let me just go back to that. And we can also change the line height, letter spacing, so much customization, which I absolutely love. You can even set up the font size. So right now it is at the 62.5%. As you can see, if I change it, it will make it really large. So I'm just gonna undo that, delete it. And I just leave it typically at those default settings because I think that looks pretty nice. Yeah, inside of the body settings here for font size, I actually have it as the variable font size, which is set at a medium font. So this will just make it really nice for like if someone has a large screen size or like they're going on their mobile phone, it will adjust that sizing automatically. And you can see those variables inside of here. So I would just play around with those text settings, but I ended up choosing this one here, and that works pretty well. So those are some of the text settings. Inside of the heading fonts, you can also see what I've added in there. So you can set up your H1, your H2, H3, H4. I love that it just like allows it to be so much easier to customize inside of the theme styles. Another quick setting is pop-ups. I don't have that right now on the site, and I don't think we plan to ever do that. And then you can also set up your elements, which if I scroll down, there's so much customization options. You can set up section settings. So I know for our site, we decided to add some spacing, like some padding on the sections, which I always love a little bit of white space. So we have some section settings, we have container settings, which will allow it to have the max screen width, another variable that I used here for responsiveness. So these are all the things that you should do before you get too far in the website design to make sure things are perfectly customized for the client. And then also the most important one inside of elements here is your button settings. So what type of typography do you want on the button? Again, I have a variable font size, which is the smaller font, and that will be responsive and all caps. And then you can change your background color. There's also a way, yeah, like right in here, you can set your primary and secondary buttons, and I can show you guys what that looks like when you actually add your buttons to the website. So I'm actually going to go to the homepage and show you guys an example in here because the blog card's a little bit different, a little bit more advanced because it's kind of a component, which I'll be teaching about as well in my Patreon. But if I click into this button here, we'll see that you'll have these style options to change it from primary, secondary, light, dark, anything that you've set up inside of your theme styles, they will actually show up here so you can easily change and have those settings. So I love this. I also love these little yellow dots because that just means I've applied a specific style to this page, and you can go and easily see which styles have been, adjusted and changed a little bit. But yeah, inside of this gear icon, like I said, in the elements, we have the button settings, heading settings. So if you wanted to have a default H1, H2, I recommend not having your default as H1 because you only want one H1 per page. So I would change that. Make sure it's at an H2. And then also an image if you have anything there that you want. So yeah, there's some really, really cool settings inside of Bricks Builder, and I just wanted to show you guys with the basic settings of your colors, your fonts, your buttons, and making sure it's responsive with those different sizing variables. So I do also want to mention that if you, for whatever reason, have a page that's going to have some different styles applied to it, maybe a different font, different settings, you can actually override your theme styles by changing that directly on that page. So whatever I change inside of here, if I click out of theme styles, and let's say I'm just in this section here, click on this font, I can go to typography and I can actually change things in here and it will override the theme styles. So there is an option for you to do that. I wouldn't recommend doing that because you want that consistency and you want things to look really clean, but just know that whatever you apply inside of the page settings will override the theme styles. I also just wanted to share with you guys, inside of the Bricks settings in the dashboard, we can actually add our custom fonts here. So I know this is a common question I get, is how do I add my Adobe fonts? What do I do for that? So this is actually not going to work for Adobe fonts, but it'll more so work for any sort of custom font that maybe you bought on Creative Market or elsewhere. But for Adobe fonts, if you have a actual like license to use the Adobe font, you can go into your settings here, go to your API keys, and just add your web project ID inside of here, and it will automatically sync those fonts with your library. So it's really easy to add your Adobe fonts through Bricks. You just have to make sure that you have that Adobe license to do this. And because my client actually doesn't have an Adobe license and I did, we actually had to make sure that they purchased that license. And then what I'll do is add it through here through the custom fonts, and I'll just like relink it. But it's super easy. It's really nice to set up, and I've been like really enjoying that. All right, guys. So I know that was a really quick tutorial, but I wanted to give you some insight into the theme styles on Bricks, what that looks like, where to set it up, because I know there's a lot of settings inside of Bricks and it's really nice how customizable it is, but just make sure you're doing those theme styles. And if you guys want to see more of those in-depth tutorials, be sure to check out my Patreon. I'm going to be doing like way more in-depth tutorials on things that are, I would say, a little bit more advanced. So be sure to check that out. I have a link for you guys, and I have a special sale going on right now for the new year. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you've been enjoying this series, let me know by giving it a thumbs up, subscribing to my channel for more, and I will see you all in my next video.